Hello my friends, today I'm here from EnglishParttime.com. In this video I'm going to give you some tips to help you have a better conversation with the other people, to help the conversation flow better, and to help you feel more in control when you are talking with someone in English. Because when you are speaking in English, you might not feel that confident, right? It might be feeling like, oh, they do not understand me, or they are listening to my accent, or I sound awful, or I'm making mistakes. You have all those thoughts going on in the back of your mind, but then you are also in the middle of a conversation. But those thoughts are probably pretty distracting. So the first thing that I want to say, and this wasn't even on my list, is just that when you are in a conversation with someone else, you really have to be focused. Right? It is a moment in time where they require 100% of your attention, and you require 100% of their attention for this exchange of ideas to happen well and naturally. Okay, regardless of what you might be worrying about, try and set that aside. We are not concerned about that. When you are going to have a conversation with people in English, and really focus on the other people, on the other person. Okay, not yourself. That in and of itself will help your conversations flow better. But anyhow, getting to the tips that I actually planned for this video. So the first one is to just come prepared. Now, in your native language, you probably don't really ever prepare for any conversations, unless it is big discussions like with your boss, or if it is an interview or something like that. So for a conversation in your native language, you probably like, I do not need to help with that. I was the same way in Arabic, for example. I never had to prepare for any conversations. In 2007, I was one of the users of Partok program, where I was learned English perfectly. I couldn't talk to anybody kind of person, to this total like introvert. I couldn't open my mouth even when I have ideas, even when I say something that was frustrating. So finally, after dealing with that for years, I realized, why not just prepare for a conversation that I know are going to happen? So I was able to totally overcome that issue just by preparing. Right? When I know I was going to go to drink something, I'd be like, think about this week. What is the difference? What was interesting? What is good? What is bad? What can I get you? What can I bring to you? So I would prepare. I would think of what I could share. But also, I would think of what the other people would be involved. So I wonder what they did this week. Oh, I remember they had to go to that doctor's appointment. So I'm going to ask them how that went. Or I remember they were thinking about getting a new car. So I'm going to ask, like, did they decide on a model? Right? If you're struggling with a conversation, if you feel like a totally different person in your native language, when it comes to conversation, you might be struggling with the same thing. So I encourage you to prepare for a conversation that you're going to have. They're going to go so much better, and they're going to be so much more dynamic. You are going to enjoy yourself. It's going to feel great. Try that, okay? Prepare for the next conversation. They're going to go over a few things in your head. The next thing you need are go-to questions. Now, go-to questions that you are go-to in the event that your conversation gets kind of awkward, or a wired, or a dry, or boring, or maybe you are talking with a person that you've never talked to before. You need to have these questions. Now, so in a conversation, you have to listen actively to what the person is saying, and then get ready to ask a question. Next tip, to share a story. Think about the tense. Right to the ball, goes back, and forth, and back, and forth, and back. Your conversation should be the same or similar. It should be 50-50. 50% of time you are talking, and 50% of time the other person is talking. Now, sometimes that can be a little bit unbalanced, like with you, whether it's talking with one of my monitors. I do not do as much talking because I'm sitting there to hear. But sometimes we found ourselves in a situation where we are someone who just want to shut up. But basically, active listening, right here, one of the biggest mistakes that people make in conversations and communications. They are listening not to hear what the person has to say, but they are listening so that they can respond. But basically asking them a question to go deeper into the subject. Okay, whether you believe or not, when you do that, when you go deeper into a subject with someone else at some point, they might feel that they are doing all the talking. That's your opportunity to share what you want to share. So it's just that thinking about conversations strategically, because the impact is made on our lives. So because even if this is easy for you in your native language, it might not be easy for you in English. This is foreign language. It's a struggle. So one thing I want to say about this issue, there are basically three things that happen in a conversation. One, you exchange information. Two, to share a story. And three, to ask a question. Okay, the next thing to have a better conversation is to just speak up. Speak up. I would have things inside of me that I want to share. Don't overthink what you're going to say. Don't sit there and work out the sentence grammatically before you open your mouth. Because the conversations happen so fast. And those can happen is by the time you finally put that sentence together in your head. Just because you are overthinking yourself, not because you are not capable of speaking. Everyone has already moved on. They are laughing now at new topic and that lovely story you wanted to share, that anecdote, that joke, that punchline, whatever that was. It is lost forever, and you're never gonna get that opportunity again. So speak up, don't be afraid, don't be overthink what you're gonna say, and try to put that words together in your head. Literally, open your mouth and promise the words will fall out. Anyhow, I hope all of these tips may be very helpful to you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think it's gonna help you improve your conversation? And you are just thinking about whether it's gonna help you with your conversation or not. Just apply these tips and let me know what the results were. So that is about it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the conversation strategically because the impact here is made on our lives. We hope that may improve your conversation, and for anyone else out there that struggles with this problem. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much everyone for watching this video. We will be back soon.